It's time for Dents and Dreams, a paintless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Bideen, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started. Let's get started indeed. Today I have a dynamic duo, a dynamic double D duo, Don and Dave from Dream. That's a triple D, Don and Dave from Dream. And
or with you.
Couldn't get it bigger or better. I mean, these
Don
guys,
and Dave from Dream on Dents and Dreams.
I mean, holy moly. That's a lot of D's. That sounds like my high school report card. So yeah, Don Kavanagh of Dentcraft and Dave Streen of Edgy Tools, famously, and now the co-collaborators of the amazing upcoming Dream event. That is April 17th, correct?
Yep.
And I'm super excited for it. Dent Reaper's going to have a booth there, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. I mean, this is the first inaugural time, so a lot of people are we're all wondering, what's it gonna be, guys? What's it gonna be? Can you shed any light on it?
So we're starting to do a little bit of sneak peeks and previews on dentrepair.com. There's a little orange starburst you can click on and kind of see a little tiny peek behind the curtain. But we're really and it's not because we're trying to build anticipation or whatever. It's we rent this platform and it's super expensive, like tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and we get it for the one day. So we have it from midnight to midnight, but we're not going to be live during all that everything. So. And then the platform allows us to record the speeches and that kind of stuff and show them to guys for 30 days after that. So it will be more than just the one day. But that's why we're not showing you a lot. Like we keep talking, like for Dream 2, we're going to be able to show you guys all this great footage and testimonials and reviews and all this stuff. And we're even going to, it sounds very counterintuitive, but we're actually raising the price after the show for the guys that want to get in for the 30 days to watch the recordings and everything, because we know the word's going to spread and so much value is going to be dropped. So it really is. It's we're selling a little bit of a mystery box here, but I can tell you, I've been told over and over we have the best lineups of speakers for PDR ever, and I can tell you they're not sharing their bottom of the barrel stuff. They're sharing their absolute best gold nuggets. So that's going to be really exciting. The exhibitors are just amazing, and they've been spending all this time preparing videos just like you and everything, getting it all set up for that. And the live is just going to be like this, where everybody can see each other, interact. The attendee can have his camera on or not. He can have a picture of himself or not. It's just like Facebook or something else. You can be anonymous and fly on the wall, or you can be in your face, whatever, as much or as little as you want. But yeah, it's basically like any other in-person expo, but it's all online. And want to real quick state, it's not a replacement of online. It's had nothing to do with COVID, nothing like that. This is another way to learn, okay? Another way to see tools and everything. A lot of guys can't travel around the world, even before COVID, to get to a destination expo. And it's not only the gas and hotel and airfare and all that stuff, but we're one-man armies. If we leave, our business is done. We can't afford to leave the revenue on the table, a lot of us.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I was just planning some couple little trips here and there over the summer with the wife, and opportunity cost is a huge factor.
Yeah,
I mean, we can go camping for $20 a night, wherever in northern Minnesota, but that $20 a night also costs me how much I won't be able to bill all of those days. So it's a big thing to consider, I guess, is all I'll say there. And some things are worth it. I think I'm going to go see Dirty Heads and Red Rocks in July. So
nice. I saw them in 2019. And that's I don't know how the song goes. What is it? I love my occupation. Every day is a vacation or something.
Vacation, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my theme song after that weekend. I mean,
Yes, sir.
I was chasing hail for the first time in a decade, and we got some backstage passes to that, and went as a bunch of groups. Billy and Garcia and Brian Lechtman and a bunch of Jeremy Dilday and just a bunch of us that were working the storm all got together and went to that and just got silly and had a great time. So that's really cool. I'm glad you're gonna get to go see them.
Yeah. Super fun band to see. I saw them up
Yeah.
in Duluth, actually.
Okay.
Pure
Nice.
Yeah. I think that was 2019 too. So
Okay.
anyway, yeah, love their vibe, love their message, especially in the vacation. I agree. Good.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe. Anyway, back on track here. Let's get off of the tangents of.
Hey Don, is your mic on? I get in these things and I just. Sorry, man.
I've got nothing else to say. You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
No, there's so much to talk about. It's just so exciting, and it's all about leveling up. And I love the we've mentioned this, but it's blowing us away. We're dialing everybody's speeches in, and I'm hearing stuff. 3/4 of the stuff I've never heard before. And I've been in business for 32 years. I'm so excited. We're already starting to apply some of that stuff with the guys. We're talking about it, and Dave Danny and Troy are like, what? Like, we have really left a lot of money on the table. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, but I just love the idea of, we've all seen it, haven't we, in the last five years, I want to say. I started noticing the change of the guard at the in-person stuff and how we started helping each other and bringing it up, and there was more people in the seats and in the education rooms, and people were kind of coming out of their shell and actually listening to one another instead of being like, oh, you can't tell me anything, and turning their back on people and not even sharing what tools do. And I think we all realize now that we've all seen it firsthand, and we all love the changing of the guard and the really helping one another get through stuff. I'm talking to guys all the time on the phone. Jerry Hurd called me about 2 months ago, and he was on a rail and he couldn't get more than I think it was like $287.50 or something for it. And I just kind of told him a bunch of different things, how to do it. And I said, I think you can get $800 for that rail. He called me back the next day and he said, Don, I got $800 for that rail. And so it's that verbiage. You don't know how to talk to adjusters, or you let your emotions get involved and these different things. And we're going to show you guys, and again, just getting on the same page with them helps you, and then that way you're not fighting. As soon as you start fighting with an adjuster or something like that, we got a million things coming your guys' way, but just for this purpose, as soon as I started taking my emotions out of it, I started learning and started thinking about what to say and how to say it. And then when we were on the same team, then the elevation just came, and they wanted to open up their pocketbook more to us. So I taught Jerry that simple rule, and we'll be teaching the masses that. But every car, we're leaving thousands of dollars on the table when it comes to hail. We're so quick to write a $5,000 estimate and they give you $2,500. Okay, I'm good. No, because if you do that, and I'm demanding the $5,000, and this guy was just over at 4 or 5 people in town here, and they were doing it for $2,500. It really makes my fight to get $5,000 a much harder process. But if we all can get to this level that we all know we can be at, be it retail, wholesale, dirt lot, insurance companies, rental car companies, leasing agents. There's a million different things that we're going to talk about here and bring some synergy to the group, because we all know that together we're a lot more, we're more powerful as 1%.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Don. And, not everybody is as lucky as me to have a guy like you in their backyard. But when you had Dream Team 19 at your shop, I was doing, and this wasn't even finished. I did, whatever I did, a dozen or so. I was, we're incrementally growing here. So I didn't do as many cars, but because I'm fortunate enough to have you in my backyard, and I stopped at your shop a couple times and talked to you guys, Ray and you and the Cordons, all those guys, and I get that small number of cars I did. I guarantee you, I made double what I would have had I not stopped in and talked to you and gotten some of that verbiage right and realized how to write an OS here and a double OS there and learn how to work with these adjusters. So I thank you for that, and I certainly hope that everybody attending will be able to glean some of that information, because we work hard. I mean, my shoulder is getting close to junk here. I mean, I might have 10 more years on this thing, but I got to take care of that, and I got to make sure that I'm getting what every car is worth, because every rep takes a there's only so many pushes in this body of mine, so only so many dents I could push out. So
you nailed on a great point, and just I don't want to give anybody's topic away or anything, but like Paul's going to be speaking about estimating, Max is going to be talking about it, Scott's going to be talking about it, Corey's going to be talking about it. And then the flip side of that was usually like, hey, I've only got 10 more years. I'm surprised you're even thinking that way already, because most people don't even think about, hey, what's my exit strategy? Am I just going to push till I die? Do I have a retirement and all that? So we've got David Shalotz and David Haxton are both going to be talking about money and stuff like that. So it's really the stuff that we're sharing here has never been shared before. And we've never had a platform like this before. So we're going to be really, attend the first one. It's going to be, part of history, if you will, once it's done. But the stuff's amazing. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I've heard it all before and whatever. And my wife just sent me a funny meme that said, every book written in the world, and if you can see, I love books, like they're everywhere. Every book in the world is just a combination of the 26 letters of the alphabet re-scrambled. So it's not always what's taught, it's what's caught, is a Dan Sullivan quote. And it's basically, there's going to be so much sharing and so much break-offs and one-on-ones and that kind of stuff that it's just going to be, anybody in attendance is going to level up just huge. And, we tried to make it just a stupid, silly price to where everybody can attend, like no reason. And again, so many people are like, oh, I'm traveling that day, I'm going to be on the beach, whatever. No big deal. Still get your ticket. You got 30 days. I did some math on it, and basically the equivalent of watching I think it was like 15 minutes of Netflix a night. You can watch one of these speeches or whatever, and still, like, you can watch a few of them twice and still at that rate get all the value out of the show. Like, so it's not like you have to tune in there Saturday morning, wake up early and stay till your eyes are popping out of your head. Some of us will be doing that, but that's not for everybody. We tried to make it really, really where everybody can just log in while you're having breakfast, log in while you're having lunch, get the benefit of the show, get some great, see the new tools, get some great deals, all that. You don't have to be glued to your screen. You don't have to be locked to your hotel room if you're chasing hail, whatever. Set your iPad or your phone up on the car roof and keep pushing hail and just, listen to what's going on and enjoy it. It's like, it's as intrusive as it can be, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of new tools,
yeah.
I heard somebody is going to come out with something new for the Dream event. So you guys might want to swing over to the Dent Reaper booth. It's another magical collaboration with another wonderful tool company in our business. And I'm just going to tease it like that. So stop by the Dent Reaper booth and you'll see what's new. And I'm super excited about it. I've been using them, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I love coming up with the new stuff, and I can't wait to see everybody's reaction. So check on that. Do you got anything new, Dave, coming out?
So I am always the photo finish guy, and I usually just miss it. I usually like the one year in Orlando, all my new stuff arrived on Monday after the show. So I'll be as surprised as the rest of you. I have some new stuff that should make it, but I'm so reliant on my manufacturers, and that's part of there's a lot of pros to the way I do my tool business, and there's a lot of drawbacks, and it's that, how does it go? Price, quality, and speed, pick two, so I always go with the price and the quality. So
I always heard it as good,
but
fast, and cheap.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, but I know Glexo's got some exciting new releases they're going to unveil at the show. A few of the exhibitors have said that they've got some new wicked stuff. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. And that's another reason for the timing of it. Everybody's like, why are you doing it? April 17th, that's like, hail season and all this. Exactly. Like you've got some money in your bank. You've been working. You know what tools you want to buy, and you can afford to buy them easily at that time. So it's perfect timing on the tool sales in my mind. And then the main reason is this education stuff. If the best guy on the planet comes in and teaches you all about estimating, and then you go, a month during dead season in December or whenever it is or whatever, you're not learning that. You're not applying it. You're not ingraining it. You're going to get the knowledge on Saturday, and on Monday, you're going to be able to apply it. Okay. And they're easy things. It's not like you need a PhD in any of this stuff. Like it's simple little switches. Like I'm sure you witnessed being at Don's shop with Paul Cordon teaching you little stuff. It's like, you're like, oh, I never thought to do it that way. But once you know it, now it's in your arsenal. You've got it every single time. It's no different than using a tool. I can't tell you how many tools I was using wrong and didn't like the tool and whatever. And some other better tech came over and showed me like, oh, why aren't you doing it this way? Oh, because I never thought of that. Well, now I do it that way every time. Like that's how we learn. That's how we get better, and that's the only reason I'm at the level that I got to was I worked around hundreds of the world's best techs. There was one trip in Italy alone where there was 50 of the top US techs and 50 top techs from around the globe. And we were all in this one big warehouse fixing, I think it was 11,000 Chryslers damaged at the Port of Rome. And we were all showing each other our tools and, try it, take them over, go use them on your car, and sharing tips and tricks and everything. And I'm telling you, I learned more on that storm than I would have doing dents in my own hometown on my own for 20 years. I would have never picked up the stuff that we learned on that one storm, And so that's what in my mind, all of these in-person events, and this is going to be, it's just a raising. We always use the quote, rising tides raise all ships. If one individual guy gets better, everybody starts getting better, because we're sharing stuff. And so that's I guess if I were going to sum up this, it's a sharing of best practices. It's some guys have really unlocked some keys to success, and they're sharing and teaching it to us, teaching it to everybody else. And I include us because even though like Don and I laugh, we've got over 50 years combined experience in this, and we're working with these presenters on their dream talks. And Don and I are taking notes like mad. We're like, oh my God, you know how much money I left on the table with that, not doing that. And it's like, man, if we go back in time and do it again, now that we know that, so.
Yeah. How am I supposed to compete with that, Don? You have all this information. Now you're in my market. You're just going to raise.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I tell you, a lot of stuff that you're already using that I've taught you and over the years as well. The guys haven't heard that stuff, so we're helping each other, and it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dave said something the other day, and I loved it. You don't know what you don't know, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so brilliant, because we think we know everything, but we all know that's such a bad thing to get involved with. We always have to just keep open. I've mentioned this before, John. I've got guys that I train, and I've trained over 120 plus guys or whatever, and I really don't even know the number. And it's funny, it'll be the first day in training, and the guy can have a tool in his hand, and hey, can I do this? And I'm like, he can't even take out a dent yet. And I'm like, yes, that's freaking brilliant, because I'm learning from my student that can't move a dent yet, because my mind's open to seeing different things. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, right? So I think we all need to really open our minds. And I had a bunch of years that I didn't think I needed MCE. I thought I had every tool. I thought I had convinced myself that I didn't need anyone's help. And that was probably the years that I wasn't growing, really wasn't advancing and understanding the camaraderie. I can't talk to my wife about tools or a dent. She glasses over, it's all over with. Johnny, you and I can talk it's a language, right?
Oh yeah. Oh,
If we're
definitely.
not talking our own language, we're not bettering ourselves or this or that. Hey, did you try this? I just love the camaraderie of this stuff. Again, like Dave mentioned, this isn't a substitute for the high five and the hugs, but this is a way to reach the masses. We've got people signing up from all over the world, which is really, really exciting. It would cost them thousands and thousands of dollars to come here and shut down, the one-man shows are losing money every day. So this is just a way to maybe get people to understand how cool the in-person is. And then that way, maybe they're going to go, holy crap, I need to go. So maybe we can get more high fives and hugs and grow that industry in person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We want to just reach the masses with this online. It's going to just exponentially grow over the next few years, and this is the first of many to come. So
we're going to be, and we keep mentioning MTE and stuff, and they're going to have a booth, and they're a sponsor of the show as well, of our Dent Repair Expo Dream event. And they're actually going to give, so every single person that attends Dream is going to go on a list, and MTE Vegas you're going to get 25% off your ticket price there. So that's something really cool. They're doing a little extra bonus.
Does that count for exhibitors too?
I don't believe it's off your booth. I'll clarify that with Sheldon, but if I were in his shoes, I'd be like, nope, can't do that.
You don't know if you don't ask.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad you just said that, because I want to address something else. I've got a lot of friends, and I know because some of them are reaching out and stuff. And so I just want to put this out there for the world that my dad, who I love and is one of my favorite people on the planet, and if he wants to attend Dream, he needs to go to dentrepair.com and buy his ticket. Okay. I will not give out a single ticket. And there's many reasons. One is there's hard costs involved. And we're just out of budget on that. So I can't afford to buy all my friends' tickets and stuff. But two is my mentor, Joe Polish, taught me this. If you don't pay, you don't pay attention. So an example of that is if you have a free training or a free webinar, tons and tons of people sign up and nobody attends. If you pay to have a little price attached to it, people show up. Okay. So that's the reason why we charged anything for attendees on here, is for that. So again, for that same reason, you can reach out to me, but you're going to get the same answer. Like if I'm charging my dad, you're paying too. So no matter what our relationship, if we're business partners, if we've been buddies for 20 some years, it doesn't matter. If you want a ticket, go to Dream. It's under $100. Come on, guys. Like, we spend that on dinner, a lot of time. So, and again, you're going to get
dinner.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of return on investment. Like if you apply just a little bit of what the knowledge that we're going to share, it's going to be exponentially rewarding to you. So,
it's ridiculous. We should have priced these at like $500 a ticket, and I think we would have sold even more, because people would say, they stop a minute and they go, what's going on? And then they would hear, but people are missing it. They're not looking at it because it's such a low price tag. But we just wanted everybody to be able to afford it. There's a lot of newbies getting into this. There's a lot of 5-year, 10-year guys that are doing lots or whatever they might do, and they just might not have, just a ton of extra money. But we just want to bring everybody up at the same time and get this knowledge in there. 20, 30 guys that are doing for 20 years are going to exponentially just be able to just skyrocket their business through this stuff. It's that.
Yeah.
Don and I we've done several in-person events together, and they're usually in the 1,500 and up price range. And we usually have like 2 or 3 special guests at the most. We have 22 top industry experts that are going to be sharing. If this were live, it'd have a $5,000 or $10,000 price ticket on it. So for $70 or $99 if you buy it at the door, or a couple hundred after the event, you can't go wrong. I mean, I don't know how to say it as much, and it's not me selling. Like the reason I'm selling is I feel that everybody that's not attending, I'm doing them a disservice. I'm not helping, them personally and helping the industry. So that's why Don and I are pushing this so hard, is we want everybody there. And it's like, once you see the first one, everybody's going, oh my God, and won't be, dying for the second one. Like, we know what's in there. So, and then we know we're selling a mystery box that we're not showing you. But again, the exhibitors are going to be there, the new tools, the show specials and all that stuff. You're going to recoup your investment right there. But then these speakers, it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah. And is Jack Bucknell is one of the speakers,
yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about what he's doing, and
Cool.
yeah, I'll be
What do you think?
I'll be rewatching that one definitely, because on the day of the event, obviously I'm gonna have my booth to run. I'm gonna have other things to do, and I'm not going to be in a learning mindset. So I'm really thankful for this 30-day stretch.
Yeah. You don't have to drink from the fire hose. You can consume it and apply it to your own business. And I'm one of those learners that I want to see it a couple times and back up and see that part over and take notes and really unlock every gold nugget in there, not just walk away and have 2 or 3 great epiphanies. I want to use it all. So there's other guys like me that are going to do that. Other guys are just going to skip around and, do whatever, but it's really whatever you want to make of it. But what you said, you're going to be doing some other things that day. What?
I was my hat was thrown in the ring for a virtual bartender, and I'm not even 100% sure how all this works, but when Don said, "Do you want to be the virtual bartender?" I said, "Yeah, that's right up my alley."
Yeah.
So I don't know what that actually 100% entails, but I know what it entails, and I got it covered. So
yeah.
So tell me more. Tell me more. What are we doing in these after hours deals?
Yeah. So and we didn't even hit on. There's going to be a speed networking thing that guys can participate in. Sort of like speed dating, but for PDR for business and all that. Just a way to meet more guys and find more like-minded individuals that maybe you want to connect with and exchange information, to have some phone calls after the show or whatever, stuff like that. There's going to be lounges for the same reason. So, and they'll be categorized by micro niche. So a niche is paintless dent repair. A micro niche is hail chasers will have a lounge. Retail shop owners will have a lounge. Mobile route guys will have a lounge, et cetera, like that. So that guys can figure out what they network and meet other guys that are doing what they're doing and share war stories and best practices and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be really cool. With the drinking and everything, there's going to be the first ever PDR drinking game. So you got to tune in for that. And first ever. That's going to be a lot of fun and amazing. And it's just going to be ways to, and then again, just like after the show, see, son of a bitch, I didn't know we were able to drink on the show. I'll be right back. I'm having some technical difficulties. Don, you're going to have to take over.
So
just me and you now, Donnie.
Well, shit, I got my beer in the back. I didn't even start.
I got all my paperwork done this morning, so I figured I would have I'd have a little coffee. I keep it peppy for the show, and this PBR coffee, I'm telling you what, man, it's dangerously delicious.
Is it a 5 or 6%, or is it more of a? Because Pabst, I know, is like one of the strongest beers out there. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5. It's not super bad.
But I think PBR is like 7%. Crazy.
Oh,
we'll get it. Able to get my technical
Dave's got a pint of the black stuff. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Water. Feeling kind of lame.
Even the commercials say to be patient and wait, and I never can. God, I love that nitrogen.
I love some nitrogen.
We're pretty excited. We just found something with the sign-up page this week. So if anybody's gone there and was a little bit intimidated, we didn't really see that. And we're so there's a saying, and I think I learned this one from Dave too, or strategic coach. You can't read the label from inside the jar, right? And so here we've been inside the jar and not really realizing. And this thing looked like you needed to give your first child up, or give that, give us your 401k and everything else. There's just too much to fill out there. So we really simplified that. We went back. If anybody had a little disconnect there, come on back and sign up, because we don't want that to be why you missed the most incredible event of the year. So we just want to level everybody up, and we just hadn't realized there were some duplicates there and some stuff that we weren't seeing. So please go back. It'll be a quick checkout for you.
Quick and easy. That's how I like. That's how I like my websites.
Why isn't that my Edgy Tool slogan? I'm writing it down.
Too funny.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Let's talk more about this lounge. You're building out this game, right, Don? And then
we are Dave's tutelage from afar. I'm building it, and we've got some great ideas.
Cool. And then the networking will kind of be after the show portion. What's the timeline on that?
So we're gonna have some So Don and I will introduce and kind of give you best practices, what to do, and how to experience the show, to make it your own. Again, as much or as little as you want to do, and it's really easy. I mean, if you want to see all the speakers, tap on all the yellow stars. If you just want to see these two guys speak, click on their yellow stars, and that way the show will just pop up a nice link. You click on that link, you're watching that stage and seeing that presentation. Every speech is designed to be 15 minutes, and then there's going to be 15 minutes of Q&A. Again, stick around for that, or take off and go do some other stuff. Now, during the show, the trade show hours, or what we're calling them, which are 10 to 2 Central Time, and don't worry about time, because the platform is super sophisticated that it's going to convert everything to your time zone, no matter where you are in the world. So you won't be missing stuff because of that and have to do all that complicated stuff. I suck at time zones, so I'm really excited about that feature. But then when the show floor opens, which is basically when the exhibitors are going to be live with their mics and cameras, just like we are now, that's all that's going to be going on. Okay, we want everybody on the trade room floor, checking out the tools, checking out, all the different booths and all the services and, tools that are going on and everything like that. So that's going to go for 4 hours. After that, the exhibitors can stay on longer if they want to. So it's not like we're kicking everybody out or whatever, but there's going to be other stuff going on. The speeches are going to kick back on and everything else. And that's when the networking will happen in the afternoon, and then we'll roll into the lounges and the drinking games and all that stuff in the evening.
Super fun.
So, and it'll be a deal. It's super easy to pop in, pop out, just like we do with Facebook or Instagram or any of the social medias or whatever. Hey, I got 5 minutes of free time. I'm going to pop on and see what's going on. You just click on your magic link that'll be emailed to you, and you're in the show. Okay.
And are these lounges going to last for 30 days after the fact too? Like, can people go in?
We're going to leave them there, but they're going to be vacant.
Okay. So my
I don't think we're going to be recording that one.
You have for 30 days straight, all day, every day, job.
Yes.
Can't sleep.
You haven't been training for that? Oh yeah, all your life.
My whole life, yeah. It's a normal month. That's a normal month at my house.
Yeah.
No. Come
so
on.
Nothing different.
I'd take a day off here and there.
No. Yeah. You know what's also so cool? A lot of guys, I got away from this years ago, I'd be 800 pounds, but a lot of guys will stop every morning and get a coffee and maybe a donut or something, right? And go to work, and it's $3, $4, $5. This is $2.33 a day times 30 days equals $70. I mean, it's $2.33 a day to advance yourself to the next level. I just think it's just the cheapest amount of money you could possibly invest in yourself and possibly make $10, $20, $30, $40,000 more of this next year alone. So I'm
willing to put it out there that I think that the very first car you work on after the show, you'll make your ticket money back on that, even if it's just a door ding.
Absolutely.
We really tried to make it an absolute irresistible offer. Like, how do you not get in this room? So we hope everybody joins us. So
it's crazy how we're finding. the calls that Dave and I are making. We decided this week that we would call 25, 30 people a piece per day, and it's killing us, right? It's just like, because no one's on social media anymore. It's just, everybody's kind of done their own thing, and I completely understand it. But what's interesting is at least half of those people that I spoke to that are friends and know us never even heard of it before. We need everyone's help that's listening right now. Tell 2, 3, 4, 10 people about it. Get them in the room, because even if you were maybe a competitor down the street that you might even get along with, and they're undermining what you're doing, if they listen, they'll raise their prices, and we'll all be better because of it. So it's such an important thing.
So I want to share this real quick. This is a Dan Sullivan book. They're these real easy books, but they change your life when you read them. Basic question is, who do you want to be a hero to? Okay. Well, Don and I's answers are the same. That's why we teamed up and partnered. We want to be a hero to the PDR techs and help this industry that we love so much. And, it's given us everything that we have. Yeah, sure, we worked for it and we kicked and clawed and everything else, but I don't know another industry in the world that could have done for us what this has done for us. So we want to be a hero to you guys. Okay. The reason I bring that concept up is you're in a position where you can be a hero to somebody else. So if you have a competitor or maybe a buddy that does Dents also, and you buy him a ticket or at least let him know about the show, if he didn't know about it, you're going to be a hero to that guy. When that guy levels up his business and he's making so much more money, he's going to remember that you're the one that got him in the room. Okay. So share this thing, and I don't know how to explain it really, but it unlocks magic when you do stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
So, and Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough other people in life, you'll have everything you want. And it's so true. I've lived my life based on that.
I can hear his voice in my head. If you help people get what they want.
Oh my God, you're good at that.
It's so true, though. It's so true. And I didn't fully realize it, but once you start putting yourself out there, and a couple of guys would call me about tools, this or that, and you kind of form a relationship. You talk about this side of the business or that, and you help them make a couple tweaks to maybe their Google My Business or their Facebook or whatever, and when you get the call back and they're like, oh, dude, I did what you said, and now my phone's ringing, or my Google ads are working way better now, and I'm telling you what, that feeling is irreplaceable, and it doesn't matter how much money you make off of whatever system it is. You guys are gonna win in that sentiment alone. And I mean, I know both of you probably already have experienced that, and it's probably why you're continuing and just raising the bar like this. But I'm super grateful. I know how hard you've been busting your butts on this thing, and I'm very grateful for it. Not just for myself. It's already helped me, because it pushed me to go. I went out to Christopher Ray's at Dentless Touch, and I mean, we banged out tons of video, and all those videos were for my dream booth, but now they can go on to the Dent Reaper website and better explain the tools and help people to do all of that, to understand what they were designed for and what the practical uses are for them. And it steps up my game all the way around. And it's like you say, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. I've known that I needed to do this forever. And you guys, because you put this on, forced me into that position. So, I paid for my booth, and I was like, well, if I'm doing this, I got to do it right. And I found a way to make it happen. And it's, I know it's going to help me and every other tech that attends. It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, it really is. And I heard the quote the other day in one of our meetings. You can't, Don's got that great car behind him. Okay, his dream car. If he sits in it right now and tries to steer it while it's parked, it doesn't do anything. Okay, it's got to start going, and then it steers real easy. Okay, this is the foot on the gas pedal. Like this is the get it rolling so that you can steer and adjust and start going faster and better and bigger. And that's on the attendee side and the exhibitor side, I believe, with all my heart. Just like you said, I've known for 5 years of running Edgy Tools that videos is the number one thing I could do to elevate my business. I can stare at 4 different books that I bought that are on my desk over there about creating videos and everything, and I don't do it. Well, guess what? For Dream, I'm doing it. I need it, So it's forcing me to do what I already know. And a lot of that is we know what we should do for our business. And whether it's a mental block or we're scared or something's in between us just doing it. And so sometimes all we need is that little paradigm shift or that little push in the right direction. And then it just starts growing like a snowball, so.
Yeah. There's a book called Nudge.
Oh, nice.
I listened to it a long time ago. It's really good. Really good.
I like that. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
It's amazing who you can help. You can be walking through like a parking lot or something, see someone working on a dent, and they won't talk to you. And then you get him to like you and have him stop by your shop, and he turns into John Badine, and he's the Dent Reaper guy. And he told me he couldn't talk to me that day. And I was basically using that concept that many years ago, John, with you, and it hasn't changed. My passion to help techs have never changed. I remember you closing your hatch and wouldn't let me see your tools and stuff, and I was extending my invitation. Come by the shop, John. I've got thousands of tools. Please come borrow them. I want you to have them in your arsenal. You can do whatever you want. You were looking at me like I was crazy. Like
I thought you were crazy. I mean, I was trained to keep a lid on it, and
But I'm so proud of you how we've come from there to what you've done, and you did come by finally, and we became the best of friends.
Wow.
Well, without each other, we wouldn't be here. So.
Yeah. Oh, who knows where I would be, Don? You might have provided that spark, that nudge at that moment, and who knows if I would have. I don't know where. Everything happens for a reason. We could go get all woo woo on it or whatever, but that was a really enlightening moment for me, and I did think you were crazy, and luckily I had that WEO at the wrap shop down in the same complex as you, and when I drove by your shop super slow.
Oh, yeah, I saw you. Yanked in here.
Yeah. So, if you guys haven't heard the story of how Don and I met, it's I think episode 4 or 5. Go listen to it. It's magical. It's magical and ridiculous all in one. And this guy, how does it work? This guy right here, really did push me. I mean, there might not be Dent Reaper if there's not Don Kavanagh. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And same goes for this guy, because I don't remember another tech before you coming out with their own tool line. And
there were a few that paved the way. A lot of them didn't stick with it for one reason or another. Some did, but
I think of you and Keith Cosentino as kind of the originals in my mind, and I don't know everything, but that's the way I remember it.
Yeah, Bryce Rockhill came out with one of the first hammers, and he was one of the first guys to have a booth at MTE for a single product. And then it's been, but thank you very much. I'm humbled with that, and I try and
obviously we could go all the way back to Jerry Powell and Blem and all of that, but but as I was first getting into the online aspects, all the Facebook groups and all of that stuff, it was like, who's this edgy guy? He's almost as weird as me, so maybe I could pull this off.
Yeah. So, and there was I think there was just a need in the market for us, because a few of my buddies, Peter with VIP, and he's got a booth at the Dream Expo and stuff. Woody Cost, a lot of those guys, we all started at the same time. And believe it or not, we were all talking on the phone with each other and helping each other out and everything. So it's, it's kind of wild how it's gone. And I think our industry is primed for another real big shift that's going on right now, where I think everybody's really, so I always go back in time. Like when I started, if somebody said, oh, here's a new A1 catalog. What's an A1? Oh, they're a tool company. Oh my God, a new catalog. Like, boom, my tool selection world just tripled or doubled or whatever. Like, it was like, and the photos in them, like, and I'm not bagging on anybody, like they were like, most of the Dent tool catalogs in there were black and white, images, and the tool, they'd be not much more than a crude drawing of the tip and length, and you couldn't figure out what anything was, whatever. Like, you roll forward to now, everybody's got these flashy websites, and some of the companies have apps coming out to help us order tools and everything. But again, this Dream event, it should be the next big wave of helping show more guys than in any in-person thing could ever do, all the latest and greatest. And again, just like you said, you went out, you took time to do your videos and all that, it's stuff that we don't do normally. This kind of forced our hand, if you will. So I think this is going to really kind of elevate the marketing, and I don't say marketing in a way of we want to sell you more tools. It's we want you to know what the hell you're buying.
Yeah. The education piece is huge. I mean,
and
I foresee all those videos taking, I don't know how many hours of phone calls out of my week.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I love talking to other techs, and I could talk tools all day, but there are only so many hours in the day. So I think
that's something I really wrestled.
Really helpful.
Yeah. I really wrestle that. I'm like, just like you. There's nothing I love more than talking, especially talking dents and talking tools with another tech or something. But if I'm doing that, I'm not developing something. I'm not doing the paperwork needed or sending the wires for money or whatever. I'm not doing the other stuff to get the tools to you. So it's like I really had to figure out a better way to dissect myself so that I am doing everything a little better, And, we all go through growing pains, whether you're a tool company, PDR tech, or getting into something new, whatever. It's, there's only one of us. And until we start hiring and building teams and stuff like that, we're limited to the hours in the day. Which that's one of the speeches I'm not going to give it away, but that topic's going to be addressed. There's just so many great topics that I'm telling you, they're going to, guys are going to come out of this event, whether they know it or not, as different people. They're going to be more professional. They're going to be better businessmen. They're going to be more knowledgeable. They're going to be able to negotiate better. You name it. I mean, it's being offered, and I'm so blown away by each and every single one of these speakers at how serious they're taking it and what level they're committing to it and delivering. So I'm just, so grateful. It's really awe-inspiring that, Don and I don't know shit about putting on a trade show. We've never done this before. We've had small gatherings of, 20 to 50 people, maybe. Never even thought we could attempt something like this. So, and I'm so blessed and proud of Don. Just told him yesterday, there's so many times if I was in this alone, I would have thrown in the towel by now. It's so hard and it's so overwhelming, and there's so much that, you don't know what you don't know. So, but it's like we're both said, we're different people now. We know so much more than we did. It's just astounding, and that's the whole name of the game. Like, I love to learn and share that knowledge. So
yeah, being able to raise up is
first
huge.
time here. What Dave's trying to catch on there, and I know that we've repeated this, but we did go back to school, Dave and I. Without that, we wouldn't be doing this. We're in our second year of strategic coach. We're 60 books in. We've learned so much about business, and I won't go elaborate, but without that backbone for the two of us, we would have never even attempted to do something like this. So we learned kind of backwards. I'm in business 32 years, and I'm just learning more about business in the last 2 years than I ever have. I should have done it in reverse maybe, but at the same time, it's given us such incredible skills, and we can fall back on what we've learned in the last few years. And it's really powerful because, you know, Dave might have caught something in class that I didn't, and then vice versa. And then we're like, oh yeah, what did that, you know? And so there's nothing that we can't accomplish, and that we go back to our roots of what we've been learning. And that's the only reason we realized we could actually bring this to the industry. So it wasn't just a couple of Dent guys having a beer and saying, hey, let's have a show. It was much deeper than and a lot of the process went up behind.
Thank you for explaining that. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
And yeah,
we should start a business.
Yeah. It comes down to once you've hit that level where you've made enough money, it's not exponentially rewarding to make more of it, if you will. So you start shifting to how, you know, what is important. You know, I always use that. You know, my mom died when she was 49, and she told me the quote that everybody knows: you never say, oh, I wish I would have worked more, or whatever, you know, or I wish you know. So again, going back to that, if you're on your deathbed looking back, what do you care about? What do you want to, you know? And for me, it's family, friends, you know, faith, stuff like that, and it's helping people. It sounds as cheesy and cliche, but the Tony Robbins, the secret to living is giving. You know, if I had to choose, gun to my head, between the money that I've made with Edgy Tools or the comments that I've received from people, I choose the comments all day, every day. You know, I've had people that my guy that worked for me for about 5 years with AutoHail, he couldn't do aluminum anymore. And with my control punch, he's like, I can do aluminum hoods again. They're no big deal anymore. He didn't have the ability left in his hand to do that, you know. There was one gentleman that, and he was the reason the finger ding ring came about. Still, I think my most underrated product for speed and accessibility or whatever. But that was designed because a gentleman had an accident with his saw and lost his thumbs. Well, if you don't know, holding a thumb, you know, a knockdown's pretty. You need a thumb. Like, I guess you could try and do something like that. You're going to suck. I mean, no. So I invented that finger ding ring, almost like a prosthetic kind of thing, and gave him his career back. He was able to push dents again, you know, and stuff. And it's like, you think I get to choose a paycheck over something like that? Like, no, like, you know, so that's, and just like you said earlier, once you get a taste of that, oh my God, that's all you want more of, you know? So that's kind of the true reason for me why I'm so passionate about the Dent Repair Expo, which again, and I told you this, we'll share it here on the deal, but and I reached out to you right away saying, oh, I didn't realize you were Dents and Dreams, and I wasn't stealing that. I was coming up with acronyms, and it was Dent Repair Expo and more, but it was originally going to be Dent Repair Tools and Information Trade Show. And I thought Dr. Tits was good for edgy, but not for the professionalism that I wanted this show to be. So that's how that came about. You know.
Well, Doc, I mean, I don't know. You might have had a few extra people in there. I don't know if the focus.
You might not have pushed Dents. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a different lounge altogether.
Yeah. Right.
Get you a coupon code.
A few guys have reached out and said, you know, Dream Team 19, is that where Dream came from? I'm like, hell no, this was a completely different thing than that too. Yeah. Everybody trying to tie it in, like your show and Dream Team 19, which Dave was going to be part of, and he got tied up in a different deal. So he was going to be here and he just wasn't, but it's all good. But it's just so funny, but the dream just works, you know, because it's really, it's all about.
And it really has so much more meaning. And I almost wish we didn't do it because it's a disconnect where they're like, you know, what is this, a CPAP convention? Like, what is this, you know, dream? But I really feel that if I could do anything in life, it would be help people reach their dreams. Okay. Whatever that be, if I can help in any small way or whatever, that's where I want to be. Okay. And so that's why I think it just ties. And I know Don feels the same way. Anybody that doesn't know Don, he's got the biggest heart in the industry, just as true gold as you can imagine. Ask for a guy, you know, and so like, that's why to me the word dream is, so important for that. That's.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. And this obviously was a huge coincidence and or accident. And you know what I really love about it is when I asked Don to be on the podcast. I don't think an episode had aired yet, but you still were. You didn't say anything about the name. Nothing. You were just like, Dents and Dreams. I think you were like, that's funny. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
And I know you guys were working on this, and just the fact you would never. I don't even know how to put it, but you're so damn genuine in the way that you go about your business, Don, that I can't thank you enough. I don't know. I say it maybe too much. We just doesn't need to turn into an ass kissing scenario.
It's the same way, Johnny. You have little things at your place, and you bring all the techs around, and you show them the tools that you're doing. We're all doing that in our own way, and I just love how this is happening. We just thought we could do it on a much larger platform and try to reach out to Japan and Czechoslovakia, and just everywhere down under. There's just so many.
Do you guys have a risk style map with little pins on it? Like that would be really cool to see, like all the countries light up, like who's in. We got to get at least.
We'll probably do that after the show. Unfortunately, there's just so much going into it. Like, we're literally, I don't know if you can tell, but we're like dragging ass on some of these shows that we're going on and stuff. Like, we're literally, if we're awake, we're working the Dent Repair Expo. It's just working the dream. It's amazing. And Don and I are saying, like, we hit these walls like you would on your 17th hour of pushing a hail roof or something. Like, I can't do any more, but it's physical exhaustion, and it's not because it's hard. We're talking to our friends, but it's when it's all day, every day on and thinking about it, it's like draining. It's a different kind of exhaustion. But we love it. I mean, it's a passion, so it's not a bad thing in any way. I'm not bitching or griping. I love it. Just delighted to be able to be in a position where I'm working on this. So with one of my best friends, Don, and, our families are involved, and, it's just in our team that we've assembled, and Don's just acclimated right in with that team. And it's just amazing what we're able to pull off. And we've even dazzled we're in Joe Polish's Elf Marketing group, and they kind of dissected our website, and we're like, I think, this could be better. This could be better. They recommended a bunch of changes, and and Don and I went back, worked on it all night, sent it back to them the next morning. We're like, does this look better? And they're like, oh my God, how did you guys pull that change off so fast? Like, and it's our team and our ability to communicate with the team and actually convey what we want, and they understand it and pull it off. And it's just been amazing. And like I say, really leveled our skills up and our capabilities. So
has. And Dave just mentioned something so important that we don't give enough shout out to our team. We've got one of the brightest IT guys there is. His name is Robert. He's amazing. We fire stuff at him all day long, every day. Assistants to that and different. We wouldn't be able to do it without our team. And if it was the two of us, we would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah. Robert helped me with these little jammers too.
Oh, he did?
Nice. Yeah.
What is that?
That's
the NFC sticker.
NFC stickers, near field communication. So if somebody taps on this sticker,
I couldn't make out what it was.
Either my website or my contact info, depending on which one and how it's programmed, will pop up. And I got them for MTE, and that didn't happen. But they're good. They're good for events. Like, it's easy to share info and
just a quick.
You can also put it in your shop if you put a little plaque up with a picture of one of your 5-star reviews. And then on the bottom, small, say, if you'd like to leave us a review, tap your phone here. And then, boom, pops right up to the reviews.
Jackpot.
So
well, I'm working on a shop. I got some zoning issues that I'm trying to work out. So hopefully that'll pan out, and I'll have a shop with stickers all over the place.
Nice.
But
awesome.
So when this publishes, guys, we're gonna have just under 2 weeks before Dream goes live. What can I do? What can anybody else do to make this Dream the biggest and bestest it can possibly be?
If I had a magic wand, it would be to get more attendees, more people in the room. Because again, everybody that's not in there, and I did a really gay little Facebook Live. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it's a story of the kids on the beach throwing starfish back into the ocean, and the old man says, "You can't possibly make a difference." And the kid picks up another one, throws it in, and said, "I made a difference to that one." That's how we feel about this. So what you can do to help us is extend our reach. Okay. There are so many Dent guys. I think Craig from Anson said that 95% of Dent guys aren't on Facebook and social media. Help us reach them. Okay. Just send them a link that says, type in dentrepair.com, send it, copy it, and paste it, and send it to every other Dent guy on your phone. If you guys would do that, oh my God, I'd be grateful. Like that's the number one thing you can help us with, is just send people to that website and let them determine for themselves. If it doesn't resonate with them, that you did what you could. You tried to be a hero to them. If they get the ticket, you are being a hero to them. I guarantee you. And I know you just got to trust me and take my word on it, but I'm not going to stake my reputation with Edgy and with everything else I'm doing on something that's shit, just to be blunt. Like I'm super, super proud of this, and I guarantee you're going to love it and the results.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Amazing. Dave said that perfect.
Text bomb.
Smile and dial for us. Your best friends to sign up, because it's going to be a amazing thing. I go to sleep at night and I just know that every single attendee is going to get 100, 1,000-fold of what he put into it. And the disconnect is for Dave and I is that I do a live, right? And I'll do it in the morning. I'll have 8 or 10 people see it. A short year ago, I would have 50 to 100 within 3 hours. I'd have 100 to 300 by that evening that liked my live. People aren't doing that anymore. With all the disconnect with the politics and all the crap out there, people have just left. And it's really hard for us to reach the masses by doing that. If we would have done this 2 years ago, we'd have 10,000 people in the room already. And we're just wanting to reach more, and we need your help. We just want to please everyone with you, because we will be a hero to that guy. Dave said it perfectly, showing that book. Who do you want to be a hero to? Everybody's going to advance. It's going to be amazing. I've never been more proud and humbled in my whole entire life. I just feel like I'm in the space that I feel like I need to be in right now. I just want to give.
Yeah. So be greedy. Go get your own ticket first. Like they say if you're on an airplane going down, put your oxygen mask on, then assist others. Go to dentrepair.com and get your ticket. Then share the link to everybody else in your phone. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. Free thing that we learned is your phone is a gold mine. Okay, you don't realize how many contacts you have in your phone. Reach out to them. So if you're talking about getting more dents for yourself, reach out to the customers that you've already done work for. Okay, they're much more likely to use you again, especially if you're reaching out. But again, go through. I don't know a dent guy in the world that doesn't have at least 2 or 3 other dent guys in their phone. And if you are that guy, get to Dream and get some of those contacts so that you can reach out to some people. It will help your business exponentially. You're not on an island alone anymore like I was when I started 20 years ago, where when I got out of school and I was back in my little small town, I didn't have another dent guy I could reach out to. And I sucked for 3 years because of it. Thought I was doing a great job. I wasn't. I didn't know what I didn't know. It wasn't until I started chasing hail and I was around some guys that I was like, holy shit, like the dents are gone. Well, yeah, that's the whole goal. Like you just don't realize, we all think, nobody thinks I'm a hack. We all think we're a kick-ass dent guy doing the best job we can. Okay. Like it's not until you see what is possible that you realize, oh, I'm not even close to that yet. And that's how you level up, is just knowing about it. Like Don used the example at the beginning of this podcast that you took a guy from 287 to 800 on the rail. I'll bet you somebody else could have taken him to 1,200. He got to 800 because you told him 800 was possible. It kind of goes back to the 4-minute mile. Nobody thought the 4-minute mile was possible because they thought the human body couldn't do it. Once one guy did it, everybody else started doing it. Okay, it's possible. Come to Dream and find out what's possible.
Exactly.
Boom, boom. Couldn't end it on a better note. Come to Dream and find out what's possible. And
there you go.
Text all your friends, guys. Let's make
yeah.
dentrepair.com go viral here. And I mean, these two guys have done so much for me that I'm gonna do that. And if you get a text message from me and you don't like it, boo friggin' who? Sign up for Dream, and you'll be glad you did. But every single time on Dents and Dreams, I ask the question: what can we do to bring PDR to the forefront, to make PDR a household name? And I think you guys are doing exactly that with this event. I think it's going to help grow awareness for everybody. And
not to get ahead of ourselves, but that's our long-term goal, is to bridge the gap between the body shops and the PDR techs and the insurance adjusters and the PDR techs and the general public, and that's why we don't feel there's any better domain than dentrepair.com to start growing the traffic on and getting the public awareness out there. But we do. We have 5 and 10 year plans, and it sounds silly to anybody not listening, but there's even a 25-year plan based on some strategic coach stuff that you back into. And you said it beautifully. We want to bridge the gaps, and it's scary that there's still body shops that don't know what PDR is. And if they do know what PDR is, they might not know what real PDR is. There's guys that if you see a bad PDR job, that's what you think PDR is. Okay. And so it's a big education thing, and it's a huge, overwhelming thing. And that's the reason nobody's done it in 20 years, but it's going to happen. And we hope to be a big catalyst in helping make that happen. And we can't do it without you guys. So
well said, dude. So
thank you so much for having us on, John.
Thanks,
John. The pleasure was all mine. Text your friends, dentrepair.com, get them to sign up, and I'll see you there at the Dent Reaper booth. I can't point to even my logo. And we'll be enjoying the lounge as well. And I'll be learning after in the 30-day period. But until then, everybody, live your dreams.
Thanks, guys.
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.